Game number one. We are heading into the final series of day one. Granit Gaming going up against the Meme Machine, which is our last best of 3 for the day. And yeah, let's see how this is going to plan out. Infernal Shrines, our first map. We just saw a pretty insane Infernal Shrines match actually that has taken place here. So let's see. But yeah. We have a Zeratul banned out immediately, so that's already a pretty much standard ban at this point because everybody is afraid from a setup with Zeratul into Ring of Frost, into the Apocalypse from Diablo. Maiev also, we've seen it going through the draft once and then in the next game immediately banned out again. The Nut Cup here continues with Diablo banned out too. So we'll see that coming in. But yeah, I'm pretty hyped for the rest of this cup because so far all the games that we've seen were actually phenomenal. Even the ones that didn't end on the third map, which is super entertaining, and there were so many cool moments that we've seen so far. I enjoy this tournament a lot. The only thing that I'm probably hyped for a little bit more is Meta Madness, just simply because it will force all the teams to experiment a bit more and really just push them out of their comfort zone. And again, if you haven't really heard about Meta Madness yet, the tournament rules for this tournament will change. So heroes are not only banned for a map like we see here, but heroes are during Meta Madness banned for an entire best of 5 series. As you can imagine, heading into game 4 or 5, that makes things very difficult on the teams and very entertaining for the viewers. And that tournament is going to take place on the 23rd and 24th of March. So if you want to check that out, make sure that you go over to Twitch, to twitch.tv/Khaldor. And watch it there. But yeah, this is gonna be a really fun tournament. I'm very, very hyped for that. But the Nut Cup itself, just with the Division S teams, is super entertaining so far. So Jaina and Leoric get actually in this case taken. It's so funny to actually see the Meme Machine. I mean, the full name of the Meme Machine is Menaldor's Meme Machine, but Menaldor is not part of the Meme Machine anymore, and he's actually playing here for Granit Gaming. So that's a little bit of a weird setup. I'm gonna try and take that trader down. If they focus on him, then at least we're gonna see Granit Gaming get a little bit of trade value. But Avatar is getting banned out right now. If you have a Nurubarak and you're already spec into Ana right away, then you know something weird's coming. The one player that we're actually missing on the side of the Meme Machine today is Death Knight. He usually is the one that delivers heroes like Chen into our midst. We don't have that here. But what do we get? Martin on Ana, what are Slake and Smaragd gonna play now? You still need a little bit of AoE damage on their end. I mean, they have the Engage at this point, but we have Tirana taken away. They could go for Malfurion if they didn't already pick Ana, which you normally see in this setup. Okay, Ophia and Born on Thrall. Wasn't really too bad. A lot of damage already that they have in. And especially, of course, Ophia, when she gets a good setup. I mean, she can deliver a lot of good damage here. And the last final 2 picks here for our blue team. Need a main tank for Lauber. And Tia could play. I don't really think he's going to commit to his Tracer here. Well, he still does it. Okay. Tia is really known for his Tracer play, for his Li Ming play, and both of the heroes he really usually delivers. Didn't really think that necessarily in the Infernal Shrines they would go for Tracer with the setup that they have here. But they still pull that off. Okay. Call me intrigued. Let's see if it works out for them. The Meme Machine, on the other hand, they still need a bit more damage, a bit more oomph behind all of this. Was thinking earlier about a potential Reyna pick here, but do they have enough slows for that? I mean, they have a couple of lockdowns, and yeah, they go for Jimmy. Jimmy's getting picked, and that brings us into game number 1, Infernal Shrines, the map between Granit Gaming and the Meme Machine. So let's head straight in to our first map of the best of 3 series. Game number 1. We are heading into our first one here with Granit Gaming against the Meme Machine. On the left side, Henning on Tyrande, Tia on Tracer, GGT. We're having ETC played by Lauber himself, Menaldor on Leoric, and Swamgarota playing on Jaina. Apparently the A doesn't fit anymore when you put the clan tag in front of it. Is that what I'm seeing here? On the right side of the map, we're actually seeing Anuburak, played by Death Knight. Slake on Reyna, we have Smaragd on Ophia, Born on Thrall, and Martin on Ana. Okay. I'm intrigued. I want to see how much Tracer value gets. Also, of course, you have Thrall against you. Point and click still works for Thrall against Tracer. It's not like he's a hard counter or anything against her, but it definitely helps that you can poke her down a little bit. Take her down there. But well, with this set, we have also, with the Echo of Elements, as a level 1 talent, of course, the attempt to complete it as quickly as can, just to make sure that Thrall gets that extra charge for the first objective. So we're gonna have a look at that. Bottom of the map. Swamp Grot. Not to be mixed up with Mies Musla. But yeah, apparently someone had to drop the A here. I'm pretty sure that caused a bit of a discussion. Not that I'm really aware of that, but yeah. So let's check that out. We have, for now, rotation attempts to get kills here, obviously. And for Lauber, that means, yep, there we go. Oh! Alright. So let's go for maneuver critique here. So first of all, they get a kill against Nubarak, that's already great, but I think the intended target was actually Slake, and Lauber pressed that, that button a little bit too quickly. The stun from Tyrande couldn't connect on Reyna, and he survived. But then again, they got the kill against the Nubarak instead, and I think that's worth it too. So, still able to pull that off. Tia still waiting here at the side, the player from the UK. Lauber still waiting for that engage. And this is actually Lauber on ETC, and traditionally you'd say, okay, ETC maybe not the best hero these days, but Lauber has made his name on ETC. This is literally what he played over and over again when nobody knew him. And when we still had the had Johann Lauber meme in Twitch chat. And the thing is, his ETC is pretty insane. Like, he was always on the same level as Breeze with his ETC performance. And it was actually very impressive to see him make plays on the hero. So it's pretty cool and very nostalgic to actually see him on the ETC in this particular case right now. So, yep, this is going to be pretty fun. Already, we're having the damage against the fountain. And this is always a sneaky play that you can make. You provide a little bit of vision for those Khazras so that they can attack the fountain, and that makes them drop it. Down here, you're still seeing Henning moving away from the action. I mean, right now, what we have to watch out for is especially Orthea, how much damage she can push through in those later engages. That's going to be a big part of the meme machine's combo if they can actually land all of that. So yeah, this is pretty much the most important one. That said, the first objective is already about to spawn, and that now of course means that we are having Thrall up at the top lane, and Leo should really help there out there too, but rotated into the mid lane for experience gain, allowing his team a bit more freedom. And Leoric has actually done it pretty Ooh, Reyna dead. Alright, against that setup, ETC power slide, Tyrande stun, and the quick kill. But as I was just about to say, Leo has done a pretty good job of preventing Born from getting his stacks together. He's at 14 now, but as Leoric moved down, he was only at 11. So actually really well done by him. And we're already 3 minutes in, and Born hasn't completed that quest yet. Jaina, in the meantime, is also dead. Okay, so apparently it's not only the blue team that can get kills, but we are actually seeing Granit Gaming starting to lose some heroes too, just because the meme machine is starting to engage with Death Knight and gets those quick kills in against the Squishies. The backline down, Jaina will have to rotate back in, but with the objective spawning, we have the level 7 just a little bit sooner for Granit Gaming to give them a small lead. And Born, perfectly timed here, gets his own quest reward just as the objective is being attacked. Has of course now the double chain lightning, so that's already awesome. Tracer still starting to see if she can maybe get an engage into the backline here at some point. But we're having the two off-laners move on the lanes and just trying to get the experience here instead. Especially of course since level 7 was still missing from the meme machine. And well, now they can rotate in, which is exactly what we're seeing Thrall do. Leo, by the way, is following that rotation. Even seeing Echo Paddle taken on level 7. There's the damage again. Stun follow-up into the back line. Mr. Swiffer is trying to get the mob through. Didn't quite work out for him. Got shut down there a little bit too early, but there's the attack against Jimmy. And Jimmy is in trouble. Oh, but he still survives. Yeah, that party gift attempt nearly dropped him, but Slake is able to tap at the fountain and re-engage here. It was a pretty cool move, but it didn't quite work out the way that Granit Gaming intended. But they're definitely showing how aggressive they can be here. Swamp Grota is far out, but right now they're falling behind when it comes to points on the minions here. Nice stop against ETC. Really well done by Slake. Nice job controlling the movement of ETC here and shutting him down before ETC had a chance to actually get that stun connected. So far, so good. Fight. Oh my god, 3-man quick power slide. But ETC in trouble. Thrall gets the kill. This is starting to become dicey. Gia comes in. Tia was trying to get the kill here, but he couldn't quite get it. And Tao. I'm always calling him Tia the entire time. It's Tao, right? Am I crazy? I think it's Tao. I've been casting Gia on the Swedish team so often that I'm kind of starting to mess things up, and he obviously shortened his name to T. So not bad. Anubarak goes down, and so does Mr. Clean. Down goes Leoric, and this is actually starting to become a lot more interesting over here than I thought it would be. I mean, at this point, the Meme Machine is just about to claim the first Punisher. They sleep here on Swamp Grotto, and yep, they're starting to move in. Tao, once again, attempting to get the kill here, this time against Jimmy again. Smaragd is low. Jimmy! Ooh, it's so close! But he doesn't die, and the Punisher is actually taken. The Punisher is taken by the red team. They still get the kill, though. The blue team, that is. Granit Gaming. They're able to move in and drop, for now, Thrall, so that's already a great start, and pretty much make sure that the Meme Machine can't go in and attempt to push with the Punisher, so they have to rotate away and try and get at least experience out of this. But yep, down to the bottom of the map. Orphea already moving in. And Smaragd is getting good damage against Leoric. It's getting a lot of damage against Leoric here. Meneldor is already getting completely wrecked here. But still, there's a level 10, so that gives us the mosh pit. Also, just in general, I mean, we're talking damage, and you see Jimmy on 13,000, 14k for Swamp Grotto. But now an aggressive move towards the camp again. Every time you have a heroic talent advantage, you want to get value out of it. You want to do something. And in this case, it's just saying, we don't have a lot of time, we have a very small window, we can't really force a fight anywhere, we can't dive behind a fort, but the one thing we can do is, we steal their mercenary camp away. We can later on still take our own, but for now, let's just make that penalty. So, again, the defense here so far set up, but now both of the teams, of course, with level 10 abilities, and that gives us, again, the Jaws, rushing Jaws here, to try and clutch them out. Also, Cocoon. And there's a lot of plays that you can now force, especially with the Nubarak diving in deep, dropping the Cocoon, but you have to also be cautious that you're not running into the ETC mosh pit. There's another big one. 4 versus 4 at the bot lane, and again, it's about the camps, and they already took an additional camp in the mid lane, which we will push eventually. Are we really willing to fight here? Death Knight is looking there, but Swamp Grotto is firing away the entire time, and they decide against it. They're taking the battle. Tower jumps out. But yep, there's another camp. And the map is more or less painted blue at this point. I mean, they are taking as much as they can, and they're level ahead right now. Haven't taken a fort yet or anything, but they're starting to drop these towers, and that will continue the pressure on the main structures themselves. Lauber again with a little flank here, trying to scare Death Knight a bit, and that definitely worked out. They walk away with both of the turrets dropped, and Death Knight can't really go in. In the meantime, we're having Meneldor just soaking 2 lanes, and apparently Slake and, well, in particular Thrall, bit of a problem, but now that Thrall gets value topside, the rest of the team is jumping down to the bottom of the map and is dropping, or trying to drop, the fort here, and they do well. They do actually well with this. Fort is down, and that was a freebie. Right there. That defense didn't work the way that they planned to. I think they were really hoping that with the rotation of Jimmy into the middle, they could leave Thrall topside to get more value against Leoric, who had to still soak 2 lanes. And it worked to an extent, but they didn't really expect that there would be a 4-man commitment at the bottom of the map. Okay, that could be a kill. Ooh, yes! Jaina is down. Jaina is down, and Anna is dead as well. A kill for a kill, but Lauber, is he going to be able to get out of this one? Oh my god, yes, he actually walks away from this. So good for them that they got the kill for kill trade here, because originally it looked like Jaina might be able to maybe drop Thrall, but that was just a bit too much for them to handle, and then at least we saw Tower come in and being able to drop at least 1. But it's a really aggressive play here, and Lauber nearly sacrificed himself. Now this is of course going to be an Arcane Punisher, so that is going to make things even more dangerous. 13 talents, that's something that the Meme Machine just doesn't have. And without 13, you're not like willing to fight for that. And that's a massive, massive problem. So, yeah, they're sitting tight, they're waiting, but that means we have 26 points on the progress already, and this is not looking good at all. I mean, at that point, you might as well not fight for it. You're so far behind, you're not going to win that Punisher unless you all of a sudden go for a massive team kill or something. Alright, tower moves away, but that's going to be, this is going to be an arcane Punisher. No doubt about it. Hyperion or Hyperion, I don't give a shit. Like, at this point, you're not going to win the objective anymore. That's just not happening. If you can't get a massive kill here, then I don't know. But yeah, there's the Arcane Punisher. They tried, they burned the cooldowns. ETC doesn't have the mosh pit here. But yeah, they're trying to go in. Oh my god! Jimmy gets the damage in. Slake himself in trouble. Mr. Swiffer is probably dying too. No, he actually gets away. What? No, scratch that. Middle door, middle door, middle door. Oh, and he goes down too. So Menelgor goes down, they're at the top lane, and everybody else is just staying in the middle. It's like, well, if you guys don't want to defend, I guess we take the structure right now. Is that okay with you? Like, do you want to go for kills? And do you try, like, no defense? No? Okay. Yeah, just checking, just checking. So, it's very likely that that one is going to fall. I mean, they get killed as a result. They have 6 kills against 5 now, but they have lost 2 forts, or they will... Can they hold this? Nah, and there's another Arcane Sentry spawned anywhere near that. Yeah, there's the Arcane Sentry. There's one swing, and that should be the end of it. There we go. 2 of the forts are down. So yeah, that's the big problem here. You got a couple of kills out of it, but you're losing the structures on the map, and this is just one of the things that matters the most. So with that said, we have now also 16 stacks on the level 7 for Orphea. Talking damage, we're currently seeing her, well, closing in on Thrall a little bit. Thrall and Jimmy are actually both ahead of her. ETC, ETC, Mosh Pit, baby! Oh, interrupted! And there's the Jaws, clutching them. Clenching Jaws come in, crushing everything, and that is the end of ETC. And it's the end of the second hero too. Tyrande falls as well. They're not really having the best game here so far. When it comes to kills, they're not doing too hot. They're doing pretty well when it comes to objectives, and also when it comes to structures on the map, which is at the end of the day what matters the most. But honestly, if that kill ratio persists into the late game, Granit Gaming has a problem. Because as those death timers increase, this is gonna hurt more and more and more. So yeah, well, it might not have been worth it for the meme machine to originally chase the hero like Leoric all the way up to the top lane for basically no to little value. At this point, losing those heroes or losing the fights is starting to become an issue for Granit Gaming. Because in experience, they might have a lead, but it's not severe enough to give them a massive talent advantage. They have 16 for a few more seconds, but once it's being picked up by the meme machine, there will be an even fight for the next objective. And especially those Nubarak plays are starting to become a bit more nasty. And Orphea doesn't really look that intimidating yet if you look at the damage scoreboard, but she is delivering after a stun like quite a lot of chomp chomp. So yeah. And the engages that we're actually seeing from Granit Gaming right now seem a bit optimistic, to tell you the truth. If you are going for that setup and that mosh pit, you need to control the Nubarak a little bit differently. So the next objective spawns topside again. Laubers is currently hoping that someone falls into the trap and just moves in. But with Epicenter now, that backline is also in trouble. Oh, they're actually waiting for Thrall. Trying to see if Thrall is rotating in. Show only a couple of heroes, wait for Thrall to make the direct rotation, and if he actually does it, then he's in trouble. Yep, instead they're actually going for Jimmy, but again, the stuns, the slows, burning a lot of cooldowns here, resources used, and Thrall is taking the safe path. Defends the mid lane first of all. Again, damage output, Jimmy looking strong, Orphea starting to catch up here, and they're moving straight for Thrall here, and that doesn't look good at all. Yep, that's where Tracer comes into play, and Tracer is doing the work. 28k for her, Cocoon on the ground. Tracer burns it down, and Tomb is being used. They're trying to make the play for Slake. Fight or flight, and Tower is still alive. Slake is low, and the mosh pit drops off here. Great. Mosh pit used, and that is all the time that Tracer needs to get the kill. Job well done. Granit Gaming with 2 kills. Just when it matters, once again, looking solid with this. And they're starting to move topside now. Starting to go straight for this one. Yeah. Tao is doing a lot of work with Tracer here. I mean, so far he's just been attacked over and over again. He always dances away from this. But getting those 2 kills was highly important. He's the one that really delivered with the parting gift against Thrall, and then also secured the kill against Sophia herself. And with them now already working on the... I mean, they're working on the 4th before the objective is even taken. But of course, it's a no-brainer who claims that next Punisher. And that means that he's going to go for keep. And they have now a 1-level lead. So this is actually starting to get really solid for the first game. The structures are all lost on the map. And Meme Machine is just on the defensive the entire time here. They're trying to make a play here somehow and get mercenaries on the map, trying to get the lanes pushing a little bit to see what they can get here. But at the end of the day, the big question is, how can they defend the top lane? Is that keep gonna fall, or is the keep going to be taken down? And Catapult's gonna spawn with every single wave. This is pretty much the only thing that's really important at this point. So we're seeing the Punisher move in, Frozen Punisher also, so if ETC can follow up with a power slide, it's great. The wall is already opened up. That means once the Punisher gets baited over the wall, ETC could theoretically try and slide in, which is exactly what we're seeing this play here in the first place. And that is now going to be the jump. Good move away here from Death Knight, and they're moving through that easy peasy. Here comes Lauber, they're starting to move in, and of course they don't only want to keep, they want ideally more. They want to get a kill too. And if they can get that, that would be the dream right there. But they are already swiftering away. Here comes the stun, the slide. Oh, Death Knight is so low, but he gets away. He gets away, but the keep can't run away. That's a big problem. If you're a keep, you're just sitting there and you're taking it all day long. And it's not a pleasant feeling, I can tell you that much. So right now, the keep is down, they can move away, and they're so close on 20 that they have full map control at this point. Yeah, it's a tricky situation for the Meme Machine, to be sure. For the Meme Machine perspective, what they kind of need to try and do is get 20 somehow for the next objective. It's pretty much what it comes down to. Soak the lanes, trying to make sure that you're getting your own experience, make sure that you get level 20 so that you can fight for the objective itself, and that's pretty much it. If you get that, then you have one more fight left into you at least, where you can try and on even footing, on eye level, deliver a kill or two. And that's all that you really need to maybe turn things around here. But for that, first of all, you want Storm Talons. Because Storm Talons are such an amazing power spike that them already existing on the side of Granit Gaming puts you pretty much in a position where you cannot win a fight unless you get an insta-blow up against someone. And obviously from the perspective of Granit Gaming, they want to push right now and play aggressive, because their whole spiel is going to be try and force a battle onto the Meme Machine where they are at a massive talent disadvantage. And Entomb alone with a Buried Alive upgrade on level 20 is such an insane tool that if you land that, it's more or less a guaranteed kill, especially if you're running a Jaina in your lineup. So that's what they're currently trying to pull off here. Top lane pressure still to the camp. Still a couple of stun attempts by Henning, already sitting at 13 stacks for his squad. Thrall, of course. I mean, Born completed his level 16 talent, rotating through that, getting more poke damage out. And I mean, his poke damage isn't really too bad, but as you can tell here, Tia again is not hit in. This time actually getting stunned out by a Nubarak, but the story is still the same. But it still, I mean, it still works out for the Meme Machine. Like, if you look at their perspective, it isn't really a big deal. They lost the wall, that's fine, but as long as they keep the keep there, it's okay. Because only dropping the keep makes it so Catapult spawn in every single wave. So they're looking at their own experience right now, and they're saying, guys, this is all tricky. We are under pressure. We can't really overstep. If we move out of position for a moment, we might die. But we're actually doing okay. We are just a few minions away from getting level 20, and once we have that, we still have a chance. And they still do, they still have a chance, they have an opportunity. And they got now Rewind for Nubarak, which in itself is already insane. Then we're seeing the Earth and Shields, we're having also the Nano Infusion, and we're having on top of that the Engulfing Oblivion. So there's a lot of cool tools now in the arsenal of the Meme Machine. And if they win a big fight, 19-20 minutes into the game and take the objective, that all of a sudden means that they have a solid chance to drop a keep of their own. And there's the attack down there. Uh-oh, Jaina. And that's the kill. That's exactly what they needed. The question is, can they keep the rest alive? Can they maybe get even another kill? Cocoon use. Great move. And Lauber is gonna fall here, isn't he? Lauber is down, and all of a sudden Granit Gaming lost two. Khaldor gets a 3-man Buried Alive, but that only matters if you actually have damage behind it. Tao again. No way. No way, Sergey. Tao go... What? Someone nerf that kid. Tao gets 2 kills. Yes, he might die now too, but does it really matter? He just got a double kill. Tao just got single-handedly a double kill. And that alone puts him into a position, yeah, he falls, but who cares? He got a double kill against 3 or 4 heroes. And that means that he actually bought his team some time. What a god. Tao is just crazy on that hero. So yeah, with that said, this is still going to be an objective in the favor of the meme machine. But with Tower Sacrifice right now, they're at least having everybody else back on the map, and there's still 2 heroes that will go down soon. So with that said, you will be able to defend here. Bottom 4 is going to fall, then it's a question of can you hold the keep or not. And you're going to play it from there. We're even seeing now another camp taken for the top lane, because this one, with all the catapults, is of course going to start pressuring the core. And someone needs to deal with that. And, well, it's not Ana, I can tell you that much. Okay, Slake is going to be the takeover. So they're trying to hold this a bit longer. Oh my god! If he... if he gets the power slide and the mosh pit. And, yep. That's, like, I don't know what to say. I honestly don't know what to say. It's the one thing that he couldn't allow your opponent to do. It's the one thing that couldn't happen. I mean, they should still be able to get the objective, because they just have to poke a little bit from the outside. I'm not sure if Lauber can really zone that much. But Meldor and Lauber, they're trying to zone all of this. And it's actually... Don't tell me they win this one. Don't tell me they actually take it. I actually think they will, won't they? Alright, there's the zoning. Thrall. Ooh, they're going again. Oh, they're buried alive. They're trying to get it. Jimmy can get 1 minion. He can get 1 minion. Instead, they're going for the fight here. And it looks like Smaragd. Born. He got the minion, but Born dies. Yep. That's the second kill. There's the slow. And that's going to be the end of Slake as well. Slake is going to fall. 2 down. And there's now the minions on the core. I can't believe the game ends this way. Like, this is really something. And Nuburak gets taken down. They're trying to somehow make plays. Oh my god, recalling the cocoon as well. Tao with an absolute masterclass game here. Only 1 death, and that's where the one where he goes for a 2-for-1 trade and sacrifices himself. Kills Orphea as well. Tao is just bonkers, and that is it. And Nuburak dies again, and that's the game. The first one won by Granit Gaming as they take the lead in the best of 3 series against the meme machine. GG and well played. Game on, ladies and gentlemen. We have Towers of Doom coming up, and we had a bit of a weird one on Infernal, didn't we? I mean, that was a really weird back and forth that we saw there. I'm still quite sure that I understand what happened. And Nuburak gets caught, stays behind because he thinks he is the one who can deliver a final minion into their hands, and then gets mosh pitted and taken down. And all of a sudden, a game that looked like it started to open up a little bit turns against a meme machine, and they all of a sudden lose the game. So yeah, with that said, Towers of Doom is our second map, and the map choice is actually the map choice of Granit Gaming. So we have first ban and first pick on the meme machine side, and the first move out of the gate is get the slug out there. Abathur banned out right away. And now the big question, of course. By the way, just coming back to it, his name is Tai after all. I was like brain farting all over the place on last map, so it's not Tao. I called him Tai at the beginning, and then all of a sudden I thought that I only called him Tai because I half mixed him up with another player, and I felt already bad, so I started calling him Tao, like Tao, the panda from the 90s or whatever that was. So yeah, it's Tai. So yeah, he's a little bit brain fucking me here by shortening his nickname to a T. So yeah, apologies for that, but obviously after the performance that he just pulled off, Tracer is getting banned. Now for me, the question is, are we going to get his Liming now? Because this is something that he did in the past, where he would just sub in a Liming for Tracer, and his Liming is pretty good as well. But yeah, Tai is from the UK, played for the UK team, and has ever since been absolutely delivering. And Tracer is definitely one of his best heroes, as we could just see. Again, the only death that he had on that map was when he went into a 1v3, killed 2 of them, and then sacrificed himself there, and basically took the time there for them. But okay, so we have Tracer banned out, we are having the ban against Maiev, the ban against Zeratul, a lot of the engaged and initiation heroes are banned out now. Hanzo as a first pick from Slake here on Towers of Doom. And Slake recently had actually a little bit of trouble in the Division 1 Cup, where he also played with his team on Hanzo. Well, it's not quite fair to say that, but his Zeratul impressed me a lot more than his Hanzo, just put it like that. But we've already seen a couple of arrows missed today, so I'm pretty sure that Slake can deliver here. He kind of needs to get those engagers. There's heading again with Tyrande. He somehow always seems to get it. Ooh, and Mr. Lauber himself on Diablo. So Diablo Tyrande composition. I mean, with Hanzo, what are we actually going to see from them now? I really want a hero that at least has a cleanse as support here. At least give me that, because with Tyrande and Diablo, if you don't get okay, Ana Thrall, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of this, to be honest with you. I mean, Thrall can be pretty solid against Diablo when he gets his level 16 Alpha Wolf, and I would expect that Born changes his build also to first of all pick Alpha Wolf over Thunderstorm, but also picks the Frost Wolf pack on level 4 now, just so they can spam those wolves out a bit more reliably against Diablo in the late game and get the damage in. But I really feel that without proper cleanse options against this, this could hurt quite a bit. I mean, Ana is pretty strong, but I feel you could have definitely played around different heroes here, so we'll see. Garrosh banned out. What exactly do you ban if you're the meme machine? What hero are you really afraid of here? I mean, honestly, again, I would get rid of Li Ming. I would push Tai into something else. They dropped Jaina instead, so Svamgrota. Svamgrota is gonna go Junkrat. Like, I would not be shocked to see Junkrat and maybe together with that even Li Ming picked. But Svamgrota has played a shit ton of Junkrat. Tai could play Li Ming, but Tai also played a lot of other heroes as well. But yeah, I would not be surprised at all to see Junkrat in the rotation now for them. Arthas and Orphea for Tai. Okay. Don't know if I have seen him on Orphea yet. I might actually. But yeah, his Li Ming with the resets was also a lot of fun. Nubarak is still open for the other side, so they could play around that. But then again, if you play a Nubarak, I would still... Like, they played a Nubarak in the previous game, but as I said before, I personally, with a Nubarak, really like you to go into either Tyrande or Malfurion, just having a follow-up on the stun that helps you. Imperius and Leoric, so a massive frontline commitment here with Thrall, Leoric and Imperius from them. Against Arthas, Diablo, Tyrande and Orphea. Not sure if I really agree with that setup. I mean, Meneldur alone, as long as he can stay alive with his Frozen Tempest, should be really able to control those movements a lot. Just needs to make sure that he can't take him down immediately. So, what's going to be the last pick? What's from Grota going to take?
It's a perfect day for some mayhem.
Junkrat, told you. I like the setup. It's a lot of poke against the melee front line, and melee teams, if they commit, they have to commit, so they can't just sit there and eat poke all the time. So, Towers of Doom, game number 2. Let's jump in and see if Granit Gaming can finish the job here. Game on, ladies and gentlemen. Granit Gaming against the meme machine. And on the left side, Lauber on Diablo, Svamgrota on Junkrat, heading on Tyrande, Tai on Orphea, and Meneldur on Arthas. And in case that you guys are not aware of it, Granit Gaming picked up Laubers Fanclub. So it's just same team, new name for Division S. So big shout out also to Granit Gaming for still sticking true and loyal to the Heroes of the Storm community. On the right side of the map, the meme machine in red with Death Knight on Imperius, Martin on Ana, we have Slake on Hanzo, Smaragd on Thrall, and Born on Leoric. Ghosting around here. And with that, we have I mean, nothing too crazy to find level in talents. Again, level 4 for Thrall is something that I'm interested in, because we already had Thrall played in the last game. That was more so a focus onto Thunderstorm on 16, but with Diablo on the other side and Arthur's, it would be a crime to not go Frost Wolf Pack and Alpha Wolf here, in my personal opinion. So, yeah. But I'm a bit terrified here for Me Machine. I really think that all of those setups that we are having right now from Granit Gaming are just designed to wreck through melee heroes in big 5 versus 5 team fights. So it feels a little bit tricky. I mean, just imagine how this is going to look once that we're having the Jaws coming in from Ophia on level 10. And then also Apocalypse. I mean, these are all abilities that are really just designed to deal with melee heroes. So it is going to be tricky. Svamgrota immediately here with a setup so that he's a bit safe when he makes that particular play. Everybody else is focusing on the bot lane right now. And with that said, I mean, on level 1, still the ancestral strength for Coffin Girl. And that's pretty much the standard that we've seen so far. Lauber, on the other hand, yeah, get wrecked, son. Can't run into all of those melees alone. The lunge on Imperius in particular is just absolutely awesome. And I love, again, Imperius as a hero is really a lot of fun, but also the animation, the way that he moves on the battlefield. He's just the most arrogant bastard that I've ever seen in the Nexus. I mean, that guy, he just doesn't simply walk, he really just, like, he strides. He strides across the battlefield, and that guy has so much confidence, you can only look at it as arrogance. If there was ever a hero in the game where I would say, okay, that's a bureaucrat right there, it's definitely him. He's one of those guys that is gonna definitely insist on the rules. He's gonna sit there as like, no, you need this form first before you can get a kill here. You need to get approval. Something like that. Like, I don't know. Probably a bit of a weird rant, but every single time I see this guy, I'm just like, yeah, that's the guy that you hate that works in an office somewhere. Death Knight on the other hand, dodging the stun so far. The sleeps are coming through. Damn, son. So far, these setups are not quite working for Granit Gaming yet. I mean, they're trying to make a couple of engages with Diablo and Tyrande happen. It doesn't really work yet. But the day or the game has just started. 1 kill so far overall, level 4 talents are in, and we actually have Mana Tide. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit upset. I'm a little bit upset right now. You have Arthur's Diablo against you and you go for Mana Tide, and not for the Frostwolf pack. I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I am not angry. I'm disappointed. There's a difference. There is a difference. That was a good one. That was a good connect. The sleep comes in too. Alright, and oh, Svamgrota barely gets away. That was really well played from the Me Machine. I really like that. It was a top invade as well all of a sudden. One shot has already been fired. The blue team really wants to go for this one. Yep. Ty is making the plays against Born. Let's see how much damage he gets in. They are actually starting to wreck this. Leo is down. Leo is down, and they are going to win the top right. They're actually going to win the top right here. And down at the bottom of the map, the fight still continues with another stun coming in. Yep, there's the second one channeled through, and that's 2 already, 1 out of 3. But Thrall rotated down. So at the end of the day, Granit Gaming gets 2 out of 3, but oh, Svamgrota actually gets away. This is the second time that he barely survives where he should have died. This is getting a little bit weird. Oh, God. I would be annoyed if I'm on the Me Machine. I would be annoyed that he survived again. So now we have level 7 against 6. We're also looking at 2 altars channeled from Granit Gaming, 1 from the Me Machine. Slight advantage here at this point in time for Granit Gaming as they're moving through. And we're having, again, Celestial Attunement. And Arthur's as already... I mean, pretty much this is like a standard build, but he goes into the Icebound Fortitude on level 7, and as I said before, if he can survive when they're going into big melee battles, then that is going to be great for them, because the Frozen Tempest can control the moves of a lot of these heroes at the front line very nicely. And Icebound Fortitude is just fantastic for that setup. Thrall wants to go in here. Ty still with the damage. I really love how Death Knight is always connecting with these lunges. He's doing a great job. Oh, but this time he actually gets knocked down. Tries to go for Svamgrota again, gets pushed out. Thrall comes in. Oh, they're looking for them again. They're looking for that lockdown, for that lunge, for that wolf, for the follow-up here. Ancestral Wrath is now, of course, also part of the equation, which is another problem because it takes a lot of hit points away, especially from Lauber when it starts going in. You need to be careful with that. Top lane, yep, Death Knight is there, Smaragd as well, as they're trying to make their play. Tai, yeah, that is not looking good for him, but he's still trying to... Oh, nice! Arthur's actually with the Howling Blast, that was an important one. Gets that through. Tai again on the move back, and is actually able to escape. So really using the mobility that he has on Ophir as well as he can, and of course with the assistance that we just saw from Maynaldor and Arthurs, he was able to move out. Talking about mobility, again the control attempt here against Smaragd, Frozen Tempest, Tai is there, gets one hit in, and the second one too. Down goes Thrall, and that's the end of Imperius. Ooh boy, that's a double kill, that's a level lead, that's level 10 abilities right there. Things are already stalling. I don't really want to call it falling apart, but it's definitely starting to hurt a little bit. And I'm not sure if with that heavy melee focus it's going to get any better anytime soon. Now again, level 10 abilities change everything. And that's not only true for the blue team, that's also true for the red team. So they can definitely try and get some good combos off, especially of course around Imperius. If he goes, I mean, I'm actually a little bit interested to see what he takes as his 10, but if he goes into Wrath, for example, and just delivers into the backline, and they can lock the target down, that would already be pretty sweet here. But right now, they are pretty much suffering. They're also behind in the points in the core. Here come our 10s. There's of course the Entomb, we have the Arrow and Hanzo. And we're just waiting for the two important ones. Yep, Wrath being used and Earthquake together with that. So if you deliver into the back line and Thrall commits to a Wolf and gets the Earthquake through too, you should be able to get some damage in. And that is pretty much the name of the game right now. Try and drop a target in those fights, and it all comes down to Imperius, I feel. He needs to be the one that engages, that has the moves here. Because if they can't drop that target, then it's trouble. And Arthur's, I mean, shocking. He went into army. He needs to survive the initial engagement, and then he can do what he did in the last fight, just slow them down and help his team to deliver the kill. Especially, of course, Tai, who was just dancing around them the entire time. Does he engage again by Lauber? Lauber's like, I don't really want to be there. Arrow against Svamgrotta. That didn't have any follow-up. So, yep, Slay hits the arrow. The problem is there's nothing with it. There's nothing else that they can do with that. So, yeah, still... Tai in the mid lane right now. Maynaldor is rotating down. We have a single altar on the map. No level 13 just yet. So this is one of the most important fights right now. Because Granit Gaming is already ahead. If they win this now too and get a kill or two, they start snowballing that quickly. So, yep, Arrow is not back yet. We could see Death Knight with the engage. Where's the tomb? Not there yet. There it is against Arthur's. Not quite sure if that was really the target that you want to go for. Yep, here comes the army, and they're surviving. Martin is low and will fall. That's the kill. That's the apocalypse, and they're getting the double stun out. And of course now Arthur's controlling that backline against Born, and Leo is dead. Lauber himself might fall, and not only does Lauber survive, they're gonna get Death Knight down here at the bottom left. So that's 4 kills, level 13 talents, and that is just brutal. Big push in the middle, already getting some additional damage in against this. But yeah, they're obviously getting the shots in. 36 against 24 right now. Bot lane in the meantime gets just murdered. And this is not a good day for the meme machine. At least not so far. Maybe they can turn at some point the fights around and get their own kills if they find the arrows, the engages. But the focus on Arthur's right away, I'm not quite sure if I really agree with that. I mean, there is still army, there's the Icebound Fortitude, and that Entomb just doesn't really do anything for you. In an ideal world, you want to hit one of the squishes in the backline to take that down, but still. So, for now, we still have top lane pressure, using that against Leoric down here. Death Knight is trying to make the plays again. Connects the lunge, but they can't really go for the camp, especially with Tai now starting to rotate in too. And let's look at the damage numbers here for just a second. Ophir is currently sitting at 22,000, way ahead of everyone else on their own team. Uh-oh, they're yeah, that was that. Ana is dead. no chance to get away. And that's exactly what we talked about a bit earlier. I mean, Ana as a hero choice, I personally, as I said several times, would have loved something else. Maybe even with a cleanse, could have gone for Rhaegar or something. Decided against it, and now things are just absolutely murderous. Menildor is starting to push in. And again, he can control now those moves. And they're starting to go for the bell tower. Because Menildor is moving in with the Frozen Tempest. There's already the clutch, the play attempt, and they can't quite make it happen. Death Knight is looking for the Wrath, by the way. If he can deliver someone into the death zone, that's also a kill. And they're actually trying to go for Tai. Oh, that should be the end of Ophia. And Tai... No, he doesn't survive. Not this one. Alright, they're delivering into the back line, and they're going for Menildor. That might be the beginning of the comeback. Meme Machine is going to get another kill as Arthas falls, and that is 2 kills for them now. The arrow connects, and it doesn't stun long enough. Smaragd, on the other hand, comes in, and there's the entomb, and all of a sudden Diablo's in trouble too. In comes Death Knight, there's the stun, and Lauber is history. Yep, there we go. Granit Gaming with a fantastic opening into the game, but now they lose 3 heroes, and that means that both of those altars will go over to the red team. Granted, they only have 3 bell towers, so that's only 6 shots against the core, but that's better than nothing, and more so, you deny those altars to your opponent and can now work to reclaim your own bell tower here. 30 against 24 is not too crazy. They're level behind, but it could be worse. It was the start of a comeback, and that's all that you can ask for right now. So yep, with that said, we're now looking at a situation where the level 16 talents are ready. And that's of course where once more Granit Gaming is going to get a head start. They have also on 16 now the Embrace Death taken here. But I am honestly very, very curious if after that last engaged, Granit Gaming is going to play these fights a little bit more careful, or if this is really just all that Meme Machine needed. Just a little bit of confidence, one fight that works out, a bit more coordination, and if they can now all of a sudden move in and start to make those plays. Because 16 is still going to be ready for the Meme Machine in just a few seconds, and then they can fight on eye level again. And we've seen crazier comebacks on Towers of Doom than this one, so yeah, we're still in an area where this can definitely turn. We still get the Alpha Wolf, by the way, so I'm happy that Thrall at least made that adjustment. We don't have the Frost Wolf pack, but we have Alpha Wolf. Lauber, okay, the first Wolf misses. Lauber with really good moves here, but I'm not quite sure he can get away from this one. Oh, nice! Tyrande gets picked into the back line. Is trying to escape here. Lauber actually escaped. Tyrande doesn't, though. Tyrande doesn't, and those 2 ults haven't killed anything. They haven't hit anything. And they might still lose. No, they don't lose Ophia here. But yeah, they tried to go for the Jaws and they used Apocalypse, and both of them failed completely. And Tyrande has died. So we are actually now with the triple altar phase spawning in 3 seconds and 10 seconds. We're actually seeing the Meme Machine really making a comeback here. The Meme Machine is coming back into this. So right now, top left, top right, looks like an even exchange right here. Yep, that's going to be an easy peasy, and down at the bottom of the map we're pretty much seeing the same story. Smaragd is going to have an easy channel, and that's another 4 shots fired, and all of a sudden we're nearly even. We're nearly even. There's a small lead that we have now for Granit Gaming in experience, in points on the core, but that's it. They're not even half level behind and have 2 more points in the core, and that's all she wrote. So right now the Meme Machine is fully back to business, and again, they're rotating in here. Lauber hiding in the bushes quite literally as Arthas moves in. Oh my god, the stun! Yeah, Tyranno's stun wasn't even needed here. They just go straight for it. Lauber says, girl, I don't even need that stun. I'm fine. I'm just gonna murder Hanzo on my own. Hanzo didn't even know what happened. What started with Lauber trying to escape nearly certain death all of a sudden turned into a flank where he can take down Hanzo. That's pretty much what we just saw. So now we're having all of a sudden pressure at the bot lane that Meme Machine didn't really expect here. And if they can reclaim the bell tower, that would of course be a dream come true for Granit Gaming to take control over the game again. There's the setup from the Meme Machine, trying to destroy this. Death Knight, of course, could always try and escort someone straight into the back line, but it's not enough to escort someone into the death zone. Yep, this one is down, and now we have a double altar on the map. And if you, I mean, they have the time kind of to try and take this camp as well. And if they take the camp, then of course you're in a loss-loss situation if you're on the meme machine. You ignore the bot lane, those three are gonna make it through. You deal with them, and you have trouble brewing at the top. It's taken. One comes in. Arrow. Ooh, hits the backline. Arrow hits the backline. They're going for it, but there's the Apocalypse, and this one hits hard against Leoric. And that's not the only one. Riptire, baby, on Martin, and that's the end of Ana. Ana destroyed. Thrall goes down. Imperius is dead. And now we're going for Hanzo, and Hanzo has no chance here either. Yep, Tai comes in from the side, doesn't even go for the kill steal. Leoric is dead too. That's a 5-man team wipe, and all of a sudden you can take the easy bell tower in the middle, and then you can take both of the altars if you want. Can even go for the bell tower at the top. At this point, it's just a question, how do you want to win? It's pretty much just a question, how do you want to win the game? What's going to be the play here? And it looks like they're going to go for all of the bell towers before they take the altars. And that's exactly what they should do. There's already one taken. They make the play at the top. That means that we have 7. That's 14 shots fired. You then go for boss. And that is pretty much game right there. Look at the bot lane as well. These 3 are going to make it through. 1 fired. Actually, only 1 makes it through. But that one goes in. Yep, they're going to take this one here up at the top. There's the channel already. Swamp Crawler gets it. Massive damage. Massive damage onto the core right here, down to 12. And of course, the barrage has started as well. The barrage has already started. He's getting this one, and they might lose the game right here. They should lose the game right here. That's another 7 shots fired. Boom, down to 2. Another shot is any second sent across the map right there. That's a good kill against Diablo. Should be a kill against Diablo, but nope, Lauber pushes it out, but it is game. It is over as the last shot comes in, and we have Granit Gaming with a victory against the meme machine.